We're back on the most important show on the internet, SoFloRadio.com, Ustream.tv, ThePowwowShow.com, and we might have our mystery guest on the line right now. Hello, what is your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from upstate New York, and I'd like a large egg cut with pepperoni, sausage, and if you can make half that with onions and mushrooms.
You want the spicy sausage or the sweet sausage?
Well, you know, I'm Italian, and I like the Italian spicy sausage.
Oh, so, yeah, me too.
We'll run with that show.
Oh.
Hey. Anyway, man, I'm sure you guys don't have pizza, so anyway, I was calling to see if you got Greg Capullo in the house.
No, Greg Capullo is the man. We love you, Greg. What's up? Greg Capullo.
Oh, man.
It's my number one artist, brother. Batman, with Scott Snyder. We had Scott Snyder on a couple of weeks ago, man, and we were just kissing his ass for a little while. We were like, you know what? We got to have Greg on. We got to kiss his butt, too.
Oh, man, yeah, kiss my butt. I hope you cause some problems for him or he caused some problems for you. It's always good, you know. It's the first rule of writing. It's conflict, right? Yeah. So we like that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And you're a New Yorker, man, so you know about conflict.
Oh.
Yeah. I've had my few run-ins with the police and everything in the past and all that, so it's... Yeah, we're all right now, though.
Oh, Greg, man, what's up, man? I'm just so happy to have you on, man. Ever since we had you on a Megacon, we were like, man, I can't wait to talk to this guy again. He was awesome. You're awesome, dude. Your Batman is just blowing us away, man. You and Scott are just doing wonders for that character.
Oh, man, thanks. Hey, are you guys going to be down at Megacon?
Yes, we are. We're going to be broadcasting right in the front in Hall D, and we're going to go stalk you.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool, man. I'll be looking forward to hooking up.
No. I stalk him. That's my job.
You stalk everybody,
From
man.
one brother to another.
The Idaho Jew's job is he's just a plain old stalker.
So you guys are digging Batman. That's cool.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's the best of all 52. You got the number one spot, brother.
Wow, man, Jim Lee's got the number one spot. I got to kick his ass. He's leading the charge by a few thousand, but I figure like this. He went on like this mad ad campaign. All Jim Lee. JLA, Jim Lee. So it's no doubt he's got a few extra copies being sold every month. But I told him, I'm on your heels like a dog.
Yeah.
I'm biting those heels like a dog.
There you go. Keep that fight, baby.
Listen, man, I love Jim Lee. Jim Lee is everybody knows Jim Lee is my favorite art. I have a box just with Jim Lee comic books. But Batman, I'm just loving it, man. I just, because I was never like, I never got into like, I don't know, all the other Batmans for some reason. I have a lot of old Batman books, and then after a while, for some reason, I stopped collecting Batman. But
who was your favorite Batman artist?
Batman artist?
Collected?
When I collected Batman, oh man, there was so many different artists when I collected Batman. But I've always dug like I liked what's his name, Neil Adams.
Yeah, everyone loved Neil Adams.
Adams, and I loved it when Frank Miller did Batman. Of course, everybody loved Frank Miller Batman.
Yeah,
but, dude,
that was killer, man.
And McFarlane did an okay Batman, but come on, Greg, man, you're kicking ass, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm warmed up now. The first couple issues is pretty petrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're taking over a big iconic character like Batman, and it's a relaunch, so you're starting from issue one. It was a lot of pressure, and then I'm listening to all this horse shit, coming in my ear via the internet, going, he's Spawn guy, he's gonna make Batman Spawn, and it's like. There's so much noise. I'm going, bound me up. I wanted to make the wrong move, so it made me pretty uptight. But everything's banging on all cylinders now.
You can't listen to comic nerds. You can't listen to geeks because geeks complain about everything. They're complaining about the fact that Darth Vader is inside the cantina in a new Volkswagen commercial. So you can't complain about geeks. Geeks they're gonna nitpick about everything, Greg. But you're doing your shit is whooping ass.
Here's a fun thing.
It.
Greg, let me tell you something. Here's the fun thing. I've been following your work ever since Quasar. And when you left that was it for me. Okay,
wow, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You did New Mutant stuff back in the day, right, Greg?
What's that now?
Did you do like New Mutant stuff back in the day, or New Mutants, or?
Well, I did. No, it was X-Force.
X-Force,
yeah.
Dude, I was looking through my old comic books because I had to take them out of this box, and they smell like old ladies, because they're so old because of the bags and boards stink, And I was looking through them, and I saw an old. I think it was an old X-Force. I was like, damn, look at Greg Capullo, dude. I'm telling you, man. You look at that, and you look at everything now. It's like you evolved.
light years.
Well,
You're just
I hope so.
destroying, man. You're just destroying everything now, man. That Batman.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I hope that I'm always evolving, right? I don't like to sit still in one place. Whether you're an artist, a musician, anything, man. The idea is to constantly explore, get better,
Right.
perfect your craft, I mean, so, I hope that, 10 years from now, I don't look like the artist I am today. I mean, I hope that it's always changing.
You know something? I have been following your work, and you've evolved in such an amazing way. And the fun thing about it is this: I talk to people who barely know comics, and one of the things everybody's like, dude, who's that dude that you're pictured with over at Wizard World? I said, that's Greg Capullo. He said, dude, the dude from Spawn. I mean, people actually know you. People are like, dude, you're with him. It's like being friends with a rock star.
I got a whole bunch of
Just having a picture with you. I'm dead serious, man. It's like, and when I turn around and tell them, how down to earth you are, people are like so amazed. I'm like, he's cool. He's approachable. He's fun. You got to be bald to be part of the club, though. So shave your head or go to hell. And then I hand him a bic and I'm watching him go. It might be worth it.
Yeah, man. I mean, some of these guys out there, they get filled with themselves and shit like that. But I mean, I'm just a small town kid, and I'm always going to have that mentality. And I'm just happy that anybody wants to pay attention to anything that I do or say. So
good. Then I'm going to ask.
It's all good, man.
Good. Then I'm going to ask two big favors. Number one, I want you to draw me into one of the comics as somebody who gets
here we
killed.
go. Here we go.
Oh, God.
This is where the stalker comes in.
Okay.
And he's going to send you some raspberry jam.
Killed.
Because hey, I want to do extra work on movies, and I want to be the guy who always gets killed. But seriously, since you're with DC Comics, I'm on the free DC Universe Online. Can you get me a free upgrade?
What? Jesus Christ!
Because all my characters, right, Matt? My two characters on the freebie are all are all following Batman. So I mean, all because of you. So come on.
I don't know if I can or not. I got a little bit of stroke over at Blizzard Entertainment because I did a bunch of paintings for the trading cards. So like my oldest stepson is like an addict for that World of Warcraft. So I got him like free memberships and all kinds of like special pets or whatever they earn. I don't know. I don't play the game. But anyway, so that makes me like a superhero to him, right? He didn't give a shit about comic books, but that World of Warcraft, wow.
You're a superhero to my kid because that thing that you did that one freebie that you gave me from Miami Comic-Con that you signed for me and my son. He treasures that like no tomorrow.
That's great, man.
And it's never going to leave the family, man.
That's good, man. Because a lot of that stuff gets on eBay. So that's all right, man. I'll have another one for this Megacon. So make sure that you get one.
You got it, bro.
Cool. So what's next after Batman, Greg?
Shit, Scott and I got something we've been talking about, and it'd be really, really freaking amazing, right? Scott's a really good writer, and he's a great guy and stuff, and and for this mild-mannered, little polite dude, he's a sick fuck. Let me tell you.
He is.
So, he told me this story, and and then he go, wow, you are just a twisted monkey. And I love it because, I'm a little bit twisted too. So anyway, he just pitched it to the big guys, right? And it's so out there that, I'm sure they're going to be a little bit skittish of it. But I think they might go for it. And I can't say what it is because it's going to, want it to be a big surprise. But it will be a project with Scott Snyder, post just the Court of Owls story.
That's good.
So.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is great.
Oh, we were hoping that it wouldn't end the whole Scott and Greg run.
I know.
Well,
you guys are amazing together.
The thing is, when I was talking about going to work for either DC or Marvel, I was leaning toward Marvel pretty heavily because I grew up reading a lot of Marvel comics and whatever. And I still talk with my good friend Joe Quesada over there, and we talk about the future and doing some stuff at Marvel Comics. And but right now, the big appeal for me is Batman, and next in line to that, if not before that in line, is Scott Snyder. And so, okay, I go, okay, I'm going to do the Court of Owls story, and and then maybe I'll go over and do something in Marvel. And all of a sudden, Scott comes and he dangles this really just crazy carrot in front of my nose, and I went, wow, yeah, I'd like to do that. So I don't know how long it lasts. I don't plan life, because life always turns you around.
Mm-hmm.
You go, I'm going to do this, and next thing you're doing something else. So, but right now we'll finish up this story, which I'm working on issue 8 right now, and then if this story gets approved from the big suits, then I'll hang out there at DC and do some more stuff with Scott that you guys are fucking love.
I'm sure. We love everything Scott does, man. But listen, you were talking about, I remember in Wizard World, 2 years ago now? Was it 2 years or a year? I think it was last year.
I don't know, man. I worked so much, I lose track of time.
Wizard World's so crazy. It's coming up in December, so it's like it felt like a year already. So you were talking about Haunt and all this stuff, and you were telling us, I'm going to be working on Batman next year. And I was like, okay, cool, We had no idea what was coming. I mean, I was like, man, dude, you made me start reading comics again. I hadn't read comics in like 2 years.
Man, that's a beautiful thing to tell me right there. That's great.
I'm telling you, I had basically checked out, because I was like, man, I can't afford this anymore. I can't have little comics just hanging around everywhere. I was just buying trade like hardcovers, because I got a little bookshelf, and I don't want to be the smart guy with real books. I got graphic novels. I'm cool. So I just said, you know what, man? And Aaron, joined the show, and he started doing his top 10 comics, which Batman's always number one. Every time Batman comes out, that's always our number one. On Wednesdays, we do a top 10 comics of the week. Usually, Batman's number one. Even if it came...
we sent the check, right? It cleared?
No, dude, big time. It cleared. You know what? I'm holding the check till Megacon. I'm going to use it for Megacon, the check. But look, listen, man, I hadn't read comics in so long. And then when the new 52 came out, I was like, look, I'm going to buy Justice League because I love Jim. But then Batman came out, and it made me start reading comics again. I hadn't read in comics in so freaking long, dude. Thanks to you and Scott and even Jason Aaron over there at Marvel, you guys are doing such wonders, man. I'm reading comics again, and I'm excited every week like I used to be when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, man. See, a lot of people were saying, early on that, the big relaunch was just, big DC gimmick.
Nah.
And, I could see why people see that, but it really wasn't, man. It was to give a shot in the arm to the sagging comics world. And the fact that, people like yourself just go, I haven't picked it up in years, and now I'm picking it up. Man, that's what we were trying to get to happen, or DC was trying to get. I'm already
Listen,
talking
man,
like,
I don't have a problem paying. Comics are pretty expensive now. I'm not gonna lie about it. But Batman for now is the cheapest one out of all of them. But even when it goes to $4, I'm still gonna keep buying it because it's freaking good, and I love it. And Scott and you guys are just killing. And
well, you know what, man, you're right. It isn't cheap, and a lot of that's driven by production costs,
of course, and
paper costs and all that shit. So all the more, man, you got to pour. I've always poured all my guts into every project I do, but you can't just put bullshit out in the stands anymore. I mean, to ask somebody to commit for $3-4 for 20-page story or whatever, I mean, that's a hell of a commitment, and you got to give them as much bang for the buck as possible. And I know that Scott is very prideful, and I'm very prideful, and the team we got with FCO on colors and Johnny Glavion,
dude, it's a dream team.
We all care so much about the product that we're putting out. We want to make sure you get every penny's worth,
Oh, we do, man. And listen, I understand the cost and everything. Look, even the talent, man. You guys are worth it. That's what I'm saying. It's like I haven't read comics in so long, and I'm excited every week now to see what comes out because it's worth it. You guys are worth it. You guys are doing freaking great work, and I'm excited to see what comes up next.
Louis turned me on because he's like, dude, have you checked out the new Batman? Because over here where I live, there's not a single comic book store in sight. So I drive all the way an hour and a half to go see Louis for then to go to the comic book store over there. And he was like, dude, you got to check out this Batman, man. I'm like, really? Batman's like one of my favorite characters, but I had no access to him. So as soon as he turned me on, he gave me the first 3 issues of Batman to read. Dude, I was drawn in. I was like sucked in like nobody's business. So
well, listen, man, I'm ahead of the curve, right? You guys just saw issue 5, which is crazy and shit. But like I said, I just started drawing 8, And this thing just is like an upward escalation. So, I mean, it's just going to get crazier and cooler and a lot of action coming your way. And, you know, Scott's story writing, you know, it starts off slow, then it begins to gallop until it's a full-on charge.
Yeah.
So expect bombs to go off, man.
Yeah. I mean, the first one was beautiful. The story was sweet. But as soon as you got to the second issue and you realize what these owls are up to, I was like, that's it. I'm stuck. I gotta keep reading that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. You guys were. I think it's a. You guys were meant to be together, and you guys and Scott, man, it's like a homosexual relationship almost. But you guys,
you know, and it didn't start out that way, man. It started out really, you know, like Rocky. You know, he was, you know, not digging, you know, that I have to have certain control. And I wasn't digging that this young kid, you know, was trying to, you know, tell me this and that. And, you know, so it was like two alpha males, you know, banging their heads against each other, going, you know, who's going to fade first. But, you know, we managed to find common ground and everything got cool, you know, and you know, how he trusts me and, you know, I admire and trust him. And so now it's a real collaboration. So when you say, you know, we belong together. From the onset, you would have gone, no fucking way. Yeah. But, yeah, dude, it's like one of these relationships you never thought those two guys would do it well together. Mm-hmm. And we just, and we're just starting out, man. I mean, we're just on our 8th issue together that you haven't even seen, so we're really, really new at it. So I can only see it getting better and crazier and stronger, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So in other words, the honeymoon is actually going to go to Vegas now.
What's that now?
So the honeymoon is actually being taken to Vegas now.
Yeah, actually, mine was. You know, I got married in Vegas, right? I got married a year ago, December 31st, and we stayed at the Venetian. I got married on a gondola, man. It was cool.
Oh, damn.
Dude, and you didn't invite me? What's up with that?
Dude, I'm sorry. But you know what? Todd Bafaro was there, and his son actually videotaped it. It was awesome. Because, you go down this waterway, and there's all these tunnels and bridges and shit. Yeah, and so his kid had to run and to eat the bridge and with the cameraman. Cool. So it's all chopped up, man, but it's cool.
Oh, that's dope,
man. Nice.
Yeah, speaking of how dope number 5 was, thank you for that, by the way. I mean, you put my head spinning. You know what I mean? Like, how did that pitch go down? Like, okay, we're going to make the readers turn it, flip it, fold it into...
Was that on purpose?
I'm reading this, you know, fucked up story, right? And I just it popped in my head, and I wrote this email. I go, you know, here's a crazy idea. Tell me, you know, that I'm crazy, go take a hike or whatever. I go, but I think it would be cool if we did this. And I go, and not just like turn it once, I go, because, you know, people have done that, but let's give it a full rotation and return it back the way it is when it resumes normal world at the last page. And, you know, and so a little bit of pushing Scott back me 100%, which is, Scott's really cool in that way, man. He's a team guy. And so anyway, they approved it. And then all of a sudden, you know, my editor sends me an email and goes, you know, me and a couple of the guys in the office were thinking, you know, people will worry that it's a misprint, so we only want to turn it till they're horizontal pages and then go back. And I go, no, you'll fuck it all up if you do it that way. You know, I go, it ruins the whole thing. It's foolish. I wish I'd never done anything if you're going to do this. And I was pretty mad, you know, and then Scott came in there and going, you know, if you do this at the last minute, I'll be very disappointed. You see, there's a difference. I'm fucking pissed. If Scott's still playing, I'll be very disappointed. I'm going, I'll fucking behead you. Anyway, I sent another email to like the editor-in-chief Bob Harris, my old editor on export stuff, and he goes, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go forth, and so awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. It's unique.
So I got to fill in a couple gaps for you. It was funny. So Scott goes ahead and tweets, you know, that, you know, everything was intentional. And I go, oh, dude, you don't be a chicken shit. I go, you know what? You know, if the guys, you know, riding the short school buses don't get it, fuck them. Yeah. I go, you know what I mean? The smart crowd will get it. You know, and so. And I get my copies, right? And I'm flipping through, and first off, you know, all the ads, damn, I wanted them to put it in the back. To me, all the ads just are like stumbling blocks, speed bumps, you know? And so anyway, I get to the page where where all of a sudden now you have to start flipping in reverse. And that's the one move when I was planning this thing I didn't consider. And so I look at the page and I'm going, that should be on the left-hand side. This fucked up. The printer's fucked up. And I wrote this irate email to my, how could this happen? I made sure. And then all of a sudden I go, oh, the egg's on my face. I go, this is how it has to be, man. Otherwise you'll turn back into the book. I said, well, you know what? I didn't actually think of that. I go, but that's even better. I go, because then it's really like you're in a freaking maze like Batman.
Yeah, it was,
it ended up, yeah, I was like, I was caught off guard just like the readers, so it was cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is the reason why we need... Go ahead.
I totally reread the one section where he kept running. In my story, when I kept rereading you kept sending me in the wrong direction, and it just kept repeating him seeing his parents in the maze, you know? And that just enhanced the experience more. I was like, did they fucking print this over and over again? I felt like I was in Ghost in the Shell Part 2, you know? I was on loop. I was like, that fucked my head up. Thank you. That was the most intense experience for 2012, and that's the #1 comic, hands down. Thank you.
That's cool, man.
So, just out of curiosity, was book number 5 your subversive way of endorsing legalization of marijuana?
No, I'll come right out and say it, man. When I was coming up, I love me some pot.
Please do, because as a special ed teacher, we get a free pass to the front of that prescription line. Okay.
Dude, listen, they're legalizing it. I mean, listen, the fact of the matter is, pretty soon you'll be able to go to the doctor and go, you know, Doc, I got this hangnail. It's really killing me. And they'll go, here, smoke some dope. I mean, it's going to be for, hey, you know, Doc, I'm uncomfortable, you know, when I pick up a new chick. You know, I need to relax. Here, smoke some dope.
That's it, man. When you come down here, man, me and you are partying.
All right, man. Well, I look forward to hooking up with you guys.
Hey, man.
You guys are good people, man. I had a good time last time.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was awesome, dude. You're the bomb, Greg.
And I got to say this, you know, because I haven't bought a comic book in 10 years. If it wasn't for you taking over Batman, I would have never picked up another comic book. And I got to say, as a teacher, especially since I'm doing reading right now, your comic book and the artwork is the reason why some of my students are actually enjoying reading. You actually inspire them.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. You guys are doing some good stuff, man. I love it. I can't imagine.
Hey,
now I can't imagine.
I don't know what the laws of your show are, because I've been cursing up a storm.
Nah, man, this is the internet,
a habit of mine.
This is the
internet. I hope that you either are going to be bleeping me, or if it's cool,
we're
then
cool,
that's
man.
Cool.
This is free radio internet, baby. We're in the internet.
Free radio. All right, man.
This is it, man. Brother. This is it. We're free to do whatever we want. That's why.
You know, my missus, she'll cringe. She'll go, "Oh, can't you be more like Scott? I think you should be more like Scott. He's a nice guy. Can't you be like Scott?" Oh, dude, listen. The next time she asks me, "Can I be like Scott?" I'm gonna cut her fucking head off. No, I'm just kidding. She never tells me that.
That beautiful woman that you were
just your Italian mother at the dinner table.
No, you're right. She is a beautiful woman. Now she's a hot piece, man. I love that woman.
Does she have a sister or friends?
Now you know why Scott's afraid. That was afraid to approach you in the beginning, man. Because you're an intimidating dude. You don't look like a typical comic book artist, man. You scared him, man. You were like, "Whoa, who the hell is this guy? This ain't this is Greg Capullo."
Hey, Louis,
I'm telling you, man. I told you when I said I met him. He is the Elvis of comic book world. He is the rock star, man.
Yeah.
You guys are too much. I think you guys already got some legalized marijuana.
Oh my God.
No comment. I got Ritalin.
Let me tell you, it's legal where we are.
Might as well be.
So we'll arrange a nice interview with Mind Trick Media at about 4:20. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll be by the booth with my cosplay field journalist. We'll do a quick little interview and go for a walk.
Look for the big smoky. Yeah, look for the big puff of smoke over in the corner. You can't miss it.
You'll send me back to my table worthless. I don't know about that.
Hey, where's Ray Capullo? Over by the Cheech and Chong table over there, man.
Hot. You can hot. Hey, we're gonna hotbox you in a Boba Fett helmet.
There you go.
Hey, don't be afraid. Hey, if I hand you some brownies, don't be afraid to eat them, man. They're good.
Yeah. We use a coffee grinder to make sure there's no stems.
Oh, you guys are too much, man.
In Orlando, the 6-foot mouse is really going to look like a 6-foot mouse.
Oh man.
You know what we got to do? We got to kidnap Scott. And we got to just like tie him down and shotgun him, and just keep shotgunning him, and then release him to the fans.
That sounds like a plan.
I think we can arrange that.
Yeah, you gotta get Scott. You gotta get Scott to call us back.
We want to talk. Oh, that sounds great, guys.
What do you think?
Hey, what's the duct tape for? Don't worry about the duct tape, Scott.
Oh no! We're gonna use Gorilla Glue tape.
Listen, I think we scared Scott off because that guy has never replied to an email that we sent him. I think we scared him off. He was like, "Hey, I'll send you guys some issues number 5 signed and everything." We were like, "Oh, we're gonna take him with us to Megacon, get Greg to send him too." And that guy has not replied to any email. I think we scared the guy off.
Oh no!
Greg, run.
I'll try to remind him of that.
Oh, we love the guy, man. I've emailed him on Facebook, and we try to contact you. A lot of we love you guys, man. You guys are doing such great stuff, man. And you've always been really cool with us.
Well, man, appreciate the support, man.
Yeah, man. We're gonna go hit on you in Megacon, man. I'm gonna take like 30 issues of Batman.
That's right, man. That's what I'm there to do. I'm there to sign. So.
Oh man, we're gonna give them away to our listeners.
To crank call us. All right, this is Jim Lee. Thank you for calling. Bye. Click.
Oh man, hey, look, I will take it. I'll take it.
Is that really? No.
I'll take that, man. I'll take it. I'll be like, I'm happy with it. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we gotta get Greg to do a bumper for us, Louis.
Oh man,
like, if you don't listen to the Power Show, I'll cut your freaking head off.
Yeah. Yeah,
we're gonna see his picture. People will actually start listening.
I'm telling you, man.
That guy's a comic book writer?
Listen, man. We hung out.
Up and just tune in.
Listen, we know comic people, and we hang out with a lot of comic people. Greg does not look like a comic guy.
No, not at all.
You look like a hitman for the mob, and I should know I'm related to him.
You know what? When I was a little kid, I thought that'd be a really cool job.
Hey,
I was like, you know what? When I grew up, I want to either be a hitman or a photographer for Penthouse.
Oh,
nice.
I'll take the latter.
Now here's the
yeah, me too, man.
Hey, I can still help you out with one of those, okay? Just remember, you got married.
Either way, you're still going to be running a lot of hits.
Yeah, you got married in Vegas. You remember who built Vegas, right?
The mob.
Bugsy Siegel.
There you go. The people that built Hollywood.
His real name was Benjamin Siegelbaum. He was my cousin. We'll party.
Are you kidding me?
Dead serious, bro.
Wow, connected.
When I get to Megacon, we're partying, dude.
That's funny.
Look for the guy dressed in the pirate outfit.
We're putting on the DC tab though.
We're gonna get some cannolis.
They've given you a line of credit, right?
Yeah.
Man, I wish they'd give me a credit card.
I'm gonna go up to your table and say, "Hey, Greg, drop the pencil, take the cannoli."
Lobster.
All right, listen, you wild dudes, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
I'm gonna head out. But it was great to be on your show.
Thank you so much for coming on.
I look forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks.
Oh yeah, we'll be there, man. We're gonna be haunting you down there. We're gonna be haunting Greg Capullo. Oh, sign all 50 of my books, please.
Yeah. Man, no problem. I'll look it all up. Don't worry, every single one.
Thanks a lot.
Just remember, look for the pirate hat, dude.
Yeah, the guy with the pirate and the fat guy dressed in black shirts because I don't wear any other color than black. And look for the guy with the hat on.
When black still doesn't make you slimming, yes, you're fat.
Yes. I'll have banners all over the place, Greg. You'll see my banners.
Yes.
I'm gonna send some pretty girls after you to bring you up front.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I like that idea.
Awesome, dude. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us, man. We really appreciate all your stuff, and we just look forward to every month something new coming out.
All right, dude.
Thanks a lot.
Well, we won't disappoint you. In the meantime, man, remain sexy at all times.
We will. Thanks a lot, Greg.
Thanks a lot, G-Man.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right, dude.
Good work, man.
All right, I'll do it.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Awesome.
Take care, bro.
Oh, Greg is the man.